On the very day she became a princess, Jessie was mercilessly betrayed. Her new husband, the prince, led her into darkness and threw her into a gaping abyss. But fate intervened. A jagged branch caught her fall, sparing her life by inches. Dazed and injured, Jessie woke in the shadows of the cavern, her screams for help echoing into silence. Determined not to die there, she tried scaling the smooth walls but found no grip. Searching for an exit, she stumbled upon a glowing blue light across a vast pit. Risking everything, she leaped, her injured leg nearly costing her her life. A chain snagged in the rocks, holding her steady. Clutching her dagger, she dragged herself up. The light came from glowing insects. She crafted a makeshift lantern using a strip of cloth and fireflies. In the same cave, she found a pool of foul water, undrinkable, but ice dripping from the ceiling gave her some relief. As she savored the icy drops, something fell into the cave. A monstrous beast had entered. Jessie hid quickly. When the danger passed, she noticed tattered dresses and strange markings on the walls. It hit her. Countless girls had been lured here, sacrifices just like her, deceived by the same royal family. In this momentary safety, Jessie rested. When she awoke, fireflies had gathered at her feet. Shockingly, her wounds were healed. The insects held healing powers. Reinvigorated, she followed a path etched on the wall, a map someone else had once drawn in hopes of escape. Before leaving, she carved her name beside the others. Following the map, she reached a luminous chamber, sunlight breaking through a high exit rimmed with crystals. She grabbed a discarded crown and tore her gown, wrapping the fabric around her arms to climb. Then a shadow loomed. A roar thundered from above. A massive dragon had spotted her. Desperately, Jessie used the crown as a hook to save herself. But when she reached the top, all she found was another cliff. No escape. Her heart sank. Just then, she heard hooves. She waved frantically, but the dragon struck first, forcing her into a corner. There, she found a skeleton. The girl who drew the map never made it out. The dragon opened its jaws to burn her alive, but a distant shout cut through the roar. Jessie froze. It was her father's voice. She ran, but fell into another cavern, the dragon's true nest. There she saw the truth. A mother dragon's dead hatchlings, and another crown, this one charred. The backstory hit her like a wave. Years ago, the kingdom murdered 3 newborn dragons. In vengeance, the mother dragon demanded retribution. Each new king had to offer 3 daughters as sacrifice. But the royals refused to harm their own, so they deceived ordinary girls through false marriages, just like Jessie. At that moment, her father and soldiers stormed the lair. But against the dragon's wrath, they were powerless. Her father, fearless, drew his sword, determined to save her. Jessie saw it all. The dragon captured her father and used him as bait to lure her out. He begged her not to come, but she watched helplessly as the beast drove a fatal blow through his chest. Suddenly, a noise from fleeing soldiers distracted the dragon, turned and gave chase. Jessie rushed to her dying father, who gave her one last tool, a rope and a way out. While the dragon hunted, Jessie climbed toward freedom. The dragon, realizing too late, slaughtered the soldiers and took flight after her. She climbed without pause, flames at her back, but she escaped the cave just in time. Knowing the dragon wouldn't stop, she raced to the coast on horseback, but the beast emerged again, furious. She tricked it by hiding under a boulder while sending the horse ahead. Mistaking the horse for Jessie, the dragon incinerated the forest in rage. Back at the castle, the queen saw the smoke and knew Jessie had defied death. To appease the dragon, she threw Jessie's stepsister off a cliff as another offering. When Jessie reunited with her stepmother, she learned of the sacrifice and swore to return for her sister. Jessie braved the dragon's lair once more. She recreated her firefly lamp, doused herself in cave filth to mask her scent, gathered weapons, and built a trap using fire and timing. Sword in hand, she waited. When the dragon heard the baited noise, it leapt into battle, only to find it was a trick. Jessie rushed to her wounded sister, helping her hide. But the dragon returned, furious. Jessie stood her ground and spoke the truth, how the royal family had fooled it for generations, branding innocent girls with royal blood to mask their deception. The dragon didn't believe her. In the fight, Jessie was scorched, thrown into water, but climbed out. Wounded but relentless, she struck the dragon's eye with a hidden blade and drove her sword into its claw. The dragon screamed in agony. To end the cycle, Jessie baited the dragon to breathe fire at her, but redirected the flames into its own body. The dragon fell, smoking and defeated. Then, Jessie explained, before every fake marriage, the prince cut his hand, letting royal blood seep into the bride. That was how the deception worked. Jessie didn't kill the dragon. They were both victims. Instead, she healed it with the fireflies. Jessie returned alone to the castle. A new wedding was underway, another girl about to be sacrificed. Jessie freed the bride and warned the guests. The queen dismissed her threats. Then, the dragon appeared in the sky. As flames engulfed the kingdom, Jessie walked away, her journey complete. Above her, the dragon soared, no longer an enemy, but a guardian.